I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Roll call.
Yeah, you do.
Supervisor Warren.
Here.
Councilman McCarthy.
Here.
Councilwoman Noack.
Here.
Councilwoman Inzarella.
Here.
Councilman Lohman.
Here. Okay, we're going to begin this evening with the agenda. So we'll start sitting as Board of Water Commissioners. Madam Clerk.
Number one is the minutes approval for the Board of Water meeting for April 9th. And number 2 and 3 are transfers.
Councilman Lohman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Inzarella.
Yes.
Councilwoman Noack.
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy.
Yes.
Supervisor Warren.
Yes. Reconvening as Town Board.
We have correspondence. Number 1, Community Association of Greater St. James Summer Nights. Third reading. Number 2, Community Association of Greater St. James Car Show. Third reading. What are they doing? Number 3, St. Andrew's Lutheran Church German Festival. Third reading. 4, St. James Chamber of Commerce. St. James Festival Day. Second reading.
No, it's government assistant.
5, Wood Park Primary School Fitness Walk. Third reading. 6, Holy Mother Mary Knights of Columbus Memorial Day Parade. Third reading. 7, the Greater Smithtown Chamber of Commerce 5K Running of the Bull. Third reading. 8, Community Association of Greater St. James Halloween Costume Party. Second reading. 9, Sergeant John W. Cook, VFW Post 395, Veterans Day Parade. Second reading. 10, Nissaquag River State Park Foundation 5K Turkey Trot. Second reading.
Is there anyone in the audience that wishes to be heard on any of these special events? No? Thank you. We'll move on.
Advertise for public hearing. Town board to authorize the town clerk to advertise for a public hearing to be held at Town Hall in Smithtown on Tuesday, June 11th at 2 p.m. to consider a proposed amendment to Chapter 322 of the Town Code entitled Zoning as it relates to applications of regulations. 2, authorize the town clerk to advertise for a public hearing to be held at the Eugene Canataro Senior Center in Smithtown on May 23rd at 7 p.m. for zoning petition 2018-1 by SSRC Realty, located on the southeast corner of 347 and Terry Road in Smithtown. 3, the town board to authorize the town clerk to advertise for a public hearing to be held at the Smithtown Town Hall on May 7th at 2 p.m. to consider proposed local law number 1-2019, amending chapter 43 of the town code entitled Anti-Bias Task Force.
Councilman Lohman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Inzarella.
Yes.
Councilwoman Noack.
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy.
Yes.
Supervisor Warren.
Yes.
Next is consent agenda controller, 1 through 10, and then consent agenda resolutions, numbers 1 through 7.
Okay, is there anyone on the town board that wants anything removed from the consent agendas?
Nope.
No.
Okay.
Under resolutions,
No, you want to call it, Vinnie?
oh,
Supervisor Warren.
Yes.
Yes.
Councilwoman Noack.
Yes.
Councilwoman Inzarella.
Yes.
Councilman Lohman.
Yes. Vinnie?
under resolutions,
You don't have to let her use that mic.
board, after due study and deliberation, record, determination of non-significance in the following matter for reasons stated in the memo. 1, special exception petition 2018-4, the sports arena by Adam Ditcher, west side of Broadway Avenue, south of Middle Country Road in St. James.
Councilman Lohman.
Yes.
Councilwoman Inzarella.
Yes.
Councilwoman Noack.
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy.
Yes.
Supervisor Warren.
Yes.
Board to authorize the town clerk to advertise for the following following bid will be returned to Town Hall at 11 a.m. on the dates indicated. Maybe I should try it, Mike. The bid is 19 days 45, radios and related equipment. 2, bid 19-49, lawn and garden supplies. 3, bid 19-50, annual supply bid for sod, picked up or delivered to various job sites.
Councilman Bowman?
Yes.
Councilwoman Inzarella?
Yes.
Councilwoman Noe?
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy?
Yes.
Supervisor Waring?
Yes.
The town board to award the following bids and to authorize the purchase of associated goods or services. 1, bid 18-91, revised award for automated lubricants to Circle Lubricants and Miles Petroleum. 2, bid 19-19 for automotive rebuilding services to Motive Parts, Jasper Engines and Transmissions, and drivetrain truck parts. 3, bid 19-4, handicapped accessible curb cuts and ramps to Deal Concrete. 4, bid 19-25, for arts and craft supplies to S&S Worldwide, Cascade School Supplies, Econon Crafts, and Lakeshore Learning Materials. 5, bid 19-26 for sporting goods to BSN Sports, S&S Worldwide, and Rydell.
Councilman Bowman?
Yes.
Councilwoman Inzarella?
Yes.
Councilwoman Noe?
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy?
Yes.
Supervisor Waring?
Yes.
The town board to approve the following. Numbers 1 through 6 are extensions of bids as per the printed agenda. Number 7, extension of intermunicipal agreement with the town of Brookhaven regarding the removal and processing of curbside recyclable material. 8, extension of agreement with Charles T. McCaffrey Jr. for assistance in revising the town of Smithtown's local waterfront revitalization program. 9, Fire Marshal Matthew Rea to attend the fire investigation interview and testimony course. 10, creation of an historic St. James Cultural Arts District encompassing Lake Avenue, St. James from Route 25A on the north end and going south to Woodlawn Avenue. Number 11, amendment to the 2019 Highway Road Program.
Number 12 will be withdrawn. Okay.
13, the town board to ratify a collective bargaining agreement between the town and the Civil Service Employees Association, part-time unit. 14, rescind resolution 2019-268, seasonal appointment to the position of student intern from the town board meeting of March 5th. 15, Sonia Lorraine and Christine LaGrotaglia to attend the VAT Academy at Magnolia, Houston. 16, rescission of resolution 2019-150 of the town board meeting held on February 5th as it pertains to the award of items to Bilo Industries. 17, town attorney or appropriate official to enter into a stipulation of settlement or agreement and consent to the entry of an order with regard to various tax certiorari matters. 18, Bay Constable George Ronan to attend the Marine Law Enforcement Program. 19, the town clerk to publish a public notice regarding proposed locations for the installation of sidewalks and curb cuts for accessibility for the disabled. 20, retain the services of John S. Guest Realty Appraisal to obtain an appraisal of certain real property.
Retain the services gross, 19.
19.
I'm at 19? I thought I did 19 already.
21.
I'm at 21. Appoint Maria LaMalfa as chairperson of the Smithtown Anti-Bias Task Force.
Councilman Lohman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Inzarella,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noack,
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy,
Yes.
Supervisor Warehan.
Yes.
The town board to approve the following zoning matters. The town board approves amending the zone code and/or map of the town of Smithtown for zoning petition 2018-4 as submitted by Adam Ditcher, the sports arena located on the south side of Middle Country Road, west of Broadley Avenue in St. James, for a special exception in order to permit an expansion of a commercial public recreation use.
Councilman Lohman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Inzarella,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noack,
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy,
Yes.
Supervisor Warehan.
Yes.
The town board to authorize the acceptance of the following. One, the check donation from B&R Plumbing for $100 to the animal shelter. Two, donation to Horizons Counseling and Education Center from Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration in the amount of $750. Three, donation to Horizons Counseling and Education Center from Smithtown Rotary Charitable Fund in the amount of $5,000.
Councilman Lohman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Inzarella,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noack,
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy,
Yes.
Supervisor Warehan.
Yes.
The town board to authorize the supervisor to execute the following on a form approved by the town attorney. One, agreement with Messiano Consulting for professional grant writing, development, and related services. Two, one-year extension of agreement with Stearns Conrad and Schmidt Consulting Engineers for professional consulting services for an organic waste processing facility. Three, professional services agreement with PW Grosser Consulting for performing professional engineering and consulting services for a sidewalk, stairs, and accessible ramp at the Smithtown Landing Country Club. Four, professional service agreement with Michael's Pack Dog Training to provide various programs for the animal shelter. Five, agreement with LK McLean Associates for professional surveying services for locating and staking out right-of-ways along Lake Avenue. Number 6, amendment to agreement with Michael Hebron regarding management of Smithtown Landing Country Club. 7, lease agreement for the caretaker's cottage at Sweetbriar Farm Nature Preserve for a period of 1 year. 8, amendment to agreement with H2M Architects and Engineers to include the development of a visioning plan for the Lake Avenue corridor in St. James. 9, agreement with town employee permitting the voluntary transfer of vacation and/or sick time for the Department of Environment and Waterways.
Councilman Lohman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Inzarella,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noack,
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy,
Yes.
Supervisor Warehan.
Yes.
The town board to approve settlement in the following matters per recommendation of the town attorney. 1, State Farm Auto Insurance as subrogate for Nikki Soto versus the town of Smithtown in the amount of $8,700. Number 2, Schwager versus the town of Smithtown in the amount of $986.49. And 3, Geico, a subrogate for Valerie Cam versus the town of Smithtown in the amount of $14,229.76.
Councilman Lohman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Inzarella,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noack,
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy,
Yes.
Supervisor Warehan.
Yes.
Personnel. The town board to approve the following personnel matters. Numbers 1 through 13 are various seasonal appointments, change of status, promotions, as per the printed agenda.
Councilman Lohman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Inzarella,
Yes.
Councilwoman Noack,
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy,
Yes.
Supervisor Warehan.
Yes.
The town board to authorize the following amendment to the Uniform Traffic Code and authorize the Traffic Safety Department to install and maintain the necessary signs. Number 1 is a Schedule G stop and yield intersection. These T intersections are presently uncontrolled. These stop signs will be placed on the stem of the T, requiring motorists to stop before entering the intersections. And it's adding 3 stop signs.
Councilman Lohman,
Yes.
Councilwoman Zarella,
Yes.
Councilwoman Nowick,
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy,
Yes.
Supervisor Warehouse.
Yes. Okay, that concludes resolutions. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to open the mic up to anyone who wishes to come up and speak publicly. The 3-minute rule is on town matters only. The 3-minute rule will be strictly enforced on a per-person basis. Public participation is subject to the rules of decorum, which you have on your speaker card. It's Town Code Section 76.7. Public portion on town-related matters only. Any unsubstantiated, unverified, or material false information will be interrupted. Also, before you begin speaking, please give your name and address clearly to the clerk and address the town board. So the first thing we're going to do tonight is anyone who has a speaker sheet filled out not related to the siting of a group home, we're going to have you come up first to the mic.
Natalie Weinstein.
Right over there. Right there.
Right over there.
This is on the matter of creating a cultural and historic arts district on Lake Avenue. And I wanted to publicly thank you on behalf of Arlene and myself and all of Celebrate St. James and the entire community, because what you as supervisor and town council have done is created a resurgence in a town, and through what we hope to do, we'll be able to create not only economic revitalization, but enable us also to be a town worthy of visitors, of interest in our community, the lives of St. James, and to enable all of St. James to be proud of their community, and especially Lake Avenue once again. So we wanted to come and publicly thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
John Urbanski.
John Yabancic, 31 Signet Drive, Smithtown. Good evening. All of you aware that I am a community advocate, especially for the animals of the town of Smithtown. I want to remind you all, with respect, that the council works for we the people, and that's why we are called constituents. Tonight I want to talk about money that belongs to the taxpayers. A few years ago, Town Council increased their salary from $55,000 to $65,000, an increase of 18%. This year, from $65,000 to $75,000, a 15.5% increase. On top of that, the deputy supervisor title went from stipend went from $5,000 to $35,000 at one shot. Supervisor Werheim's team, during the past election, had these flyers printed out, which I have many of them.
Address the town board, Mr. Urbanski.
Anybody who would like a copy can see me. I'll be in the back after the meeting. Mr. Councilman Lohan is on record stating, not town record, but on record, stating that Vecchio and his clan of criminals, referring to Mr., I don't want to mention names, the deputy supervisor position getting a big increase in salary, and at $90,000 that he supposedly stole. Now, that being said, the town council position is getting $140,000 a year more between everybody than just 5 years ago. Now, I want to know why the Smithtown Animal Shelter, which was opened on Wednesday evenings and on Sundays, is now closed on Wednesday evenings and Sundays. It cannot be a money issue. So can anyone answer that, or we want to talk this after the meeting? I'm imploring you all to open up that shelter on Wednesday evenings and on Sundays again. It's not a money issue. And if it is a money issue, then maybe one of each council member can spend a Sunday up there, open it up, get the volunteers in there. Those animals on Saturday evenings, if you shut down at 3:30, the volunteers are done, you close at 4, then you're closed on Sundays, and then on Mondays, a lot of Mondays were closed for holidays. So that means those animals, the dogs, are stuck in their cages for almost 3 days, from 3:30 Saturday till Tuesday morning. So why is our shelter not open on Sundays? It was. Who made that decision of closing it? That's what I would like to know. Again, I'm imploring you to open up that animal shelter on Sundays and on Wednesday evenings what we had. You're taking away from the animals again. That's why I'm here. It's got to stop. You should have built a new animal shelter. Instead, you refurbished that old clunker. It's not right. So please, once again, I'm imploring you to open up the animal shelter on Wednesday evenings and on Sundays like it was. Thank you very much.
That's all? Okay. Next, we will move to the proposed siting of a group home. Before we have the public that wishes to speak on this matter, we have a proposed individualized residential alternative for 4 individuals that is slated to be located at 26 Coconut Drive, Comac, New York. The sponsoring agency is Family Residences and Essential Enterprises, and we have representatives here this evening from the group. I would ask you please to come up and give your presentation tonight. Just state your name and your address of your agency for the town clerk for the record.
Yes, absolutely. My name is Samantha Prasad. I'm the Associate General Counsel for Family Residences and Essential Enterprises. Our corporate headquarters is located at 191 Bethpage, Sweet Hollow Road, Old Bethpage, New York, 11804. Family Residences is a nonprofit in the state of New York that has been providing services for people with developmental and mental disabilities for 42 years. We opened up in 1977. We have over 87 open group homes across Long Island and the 5 boroughs of New York. We have 2,400 employees. We serve over 5,000 individuals who are parts of the community. We have a multitude of different programmings, such as a horse ranch, the group homes, day programming, day habilitation, day rehabilitation to integrate people with mental disabilities back into the community, job training, vocational services. We have a nationally recognized drum line that is actually going to nationals this year to compete with everybody else in the country. We are very proud of the work that we do. We try to help communities understand that these people are part of their community. They should be integrated. These are people's families. They are their children, their brothers, their sisters, their nieces, their aunts, uncles. That's who we serve, and we are very proud to be able to serve them.
Hello, my name is Christine Werner, and I also am an employee from FREE, better known as Family Residence and Essential Enterprises, and my position is Community Director, and to that end, Community Director Development, and to that end, I am the person as part of a team that looks for homes for people who are differently abled and who are looking for a place in the community where they will be with close proximity to their family and friends. One of our really important things is that we are looking for homes that are safe and in communities that are safe and communities that thrive, such as the township of Smithtown. So we hope that we don't hope, we know that we're going to be good neighbors on Coconut Drive. We take pride in our homes. We often like to say, or have been told, that we have the best house on the neighborhood, and it may not necessarily start that way. One of the things that we really try to ensure is that the people that live in our homes have every opportunity in the community that the rest of us have. And as we said, when you look at why do you come to a house and what are you looking for, you're looking for the same things that everyone else is looking for when they get a home, and that is to be by their family and friends, and to also be a part of the community. Some of the people are in programs, some of the people are looking for employment. And again, We are hoping that we will be welcomed. We will be very proud of the house that we are moving into, and we are certainly as interested in the safety of the people that live in our house as everybody else is in the neighborhood.
Okay, thank you very much. I would ask you, members of the agency, to please remain here after the meeting, so any of the folks who do speak or anyone who has an interest in asking you questions, you could assist in answering them. All right?
We welcome it. Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, again, the 3-minute rule is strictly enforced, so keep that in mind, please, and we'll call speakers to the mic.
Jennifer Bott.
Hello. My name is Jennifer Bott. I reside at 21 Coconut Drive in Comac. Okay, sorry, took notes. My family and I are new Comac residents moving into our beautiful home last August. We researched thoroughly where we wanted to purchase a home and settled on this area because of the benefits afforded to us by the zoning. We spent our life savings on this home, this neighborhood that we wanted to raise our daughters in. Our understanding through research is that the zoning codes are supposed to protect the integrity of the neighborhood. Our expectation was that homes around us would be owned by families, not New York State or nonprofit organizations. While the state and Free may think that the IRA is a typical residential unit, it isn't. We know all of our neighbors. They've made an enduring investment and commitment to their property and their neighborhood at large. Whereas the residents of an IRA can change as the agency sees fit, and there can be a frequent turnover in staff and of members and staff that work there. This ensures that the surrounding neighbors will never really know who belongs in the neighborhood at any given time. We are a close-knit block. I feel that, even though I've only been there for a few short months. We look out for each other. If we saw an unfamiliar person in the neighborhood, we would say something or call the police for suspicious activity. With an IRA, we would not be able to recognize who belongs and who doesn't. In addition, our zoning states that our neighborhood is zoned for single-family homes. The IRA falls outside that description, as it will have 4 unrelated adults and additional staff living and working there. Essentially, that turns the house into a multi-family situation, which 26 Coconut Drive is not zoned for. I'm a teacher. I've been teaching for 14 years, and in that time, I've been surrounded by children with a myriad of needs and conditions. I've personally witnessed eruptions and violent behavior from young adults with sensory issues and sensitivities. And I honestly have concerns about the people planned to be serviced in the home. I was honestly surprised to hear of Free's plans for the property, in particular given its proximity to the high school's field, tracks, and tennis courts. Given the tremendous amount of activity at the high school that the property abuts. There are team practices, games, tournaments from school teams, intramural teams. The marching band rehearses on the field. There are sounds like air horns, pistols, starter pistols, whistles, cheering from spectators. There's loud music playing. There's large events held like graduations. Just skipping through because I realized. It's also so close to the baseball field that it's not uncommon for foul balls to be hit into the surrounding properties. The work that Free does for communities and families serves a need and a higher purpose that I in no means wish to diminish or belittle. I ask that you take everything that I've said into consideration and choose a more suitable property for its future residents. Thank you.
Thank you.
Pam Feinstein.
Hi, I'm Pam Feinstein. Wearing an insulin pump, just moving it over. I live at 24 Coconut. I am right next door to the home we're speaking about. Upon receipt of a letter delivered on April 13th, I was notified that a home on Coconut Drive will be converted into a residential home, serving 4 individuals with 24-hour supervision. I need some clarifications as to the logic behind this particular site. Assessing residential sites requires heightened security against the home and community-based services settings. The site must be in a location other than immediately adjacent to a public institution. I was always under the impression that a public school was a public institution, but according to the heightened scrutiny guidelines, it is not. What is the logic behind saying that such a facility is not okay to be adjacent to a state-run nursing home or to a closed developmental facility, but is okay to be next to a public high school? With all due respect, the criteria of what is a public institution makes no sense when considering public safety. Further, as this is nothing more than a guideline, it should have raised questions in the minds of the state and town officials, with consideration that the field behind the house is at most times during the school year filled with students playing sports and other activities on a daily basis. During the summertime, adult men's softball leagues are either practicing or playing at the field directly behind this house. Aren't schools liable to protect students from harm, as this can be a state-created danger? Just 2 months ago, February 6, 2019, a Comac High School maintenance worker was indicted on 27 charges after police found a stash of weapons, drugs, and stolen property at his home. We must consider all the what-ifs. What if he was out on the school grounds with a loaded weapon? Not only would the high school students be in harm's way, but these individuals who live at this residence would be as well. Doesn't this safety concern apply to both sides of the fence? Who is to protect the individuals within this home? In today's world, we have to have an agenda that deals with intended as well as unintended circumstances. We need to be prepared for anything. These unfortunate high school scenarios are happening more and more often. These guidelines do not take into consideration the fact that this house is surrounded by many new families with young children. These guidelines are exceptionally introverted and do not consider the surrounding environment, making this a political decision rather than a well-thought-out community decision. Lastly, in today's Newsday, Hempstead Town officials were awarded a $215,000 grant to refurbish abandoned houses in foreclosure, with help from the Habitat for Humanity. I have one more sentence. Can I finish?
Sorry, your 3 minutes are up, but you can remain here after the meeting. We'll be here, and so will the agencies to try and address any of these issues.
With one more sentence?
I cannot do it, I'm sorry.
Richard Restivo.
Richard Restivo, 18 Coconut Drive, Comac, New York. I was also apprised of a letter that there was a home run by Free organization that was going to be taking place on our street. So I immediately went on the website, their website, and found 3 pages, full pages of comments made by people whose families have been in the homes that were just horrific about the staff and the treatment. That, by the way, was only from this date on, the very end of the paper. So I cannot speak for anything else before that. But there were numerous complaints that would be disturbing to anybody that would read them. And my concern is with all the people and the staff that are coming in and coming out, and just the idea that what due diligence do you have as a board? Because I found that out about a week ago. So who on the board would have been supervising and having input with this organization on the sale of the home? Because Ms. Werner spoke as a fait accompli. She's our neighbor already. So just give me a little update as to where you were on that.
Well, you can remain after the meeting if you'd
Sure,
like.
I can do that.
Excuse me?
I can do that.
Okay, and then our attorney is here.
Yes.
We'll do our best to explain, the agency's here, we'll explain what the situation is and what our methods are.
Okay, that sounds fair. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Barbara Restivo.
Barbara Restivo, 18 Coconut Drive. I too received a letter from the Smithtown with my husband telling me that Free is going to put in a group home. I was very surprised because I share the feelings of my neighbors, Pam and Jen, who were up here before, saying that I was shocked to hear that this was being placed behind the high school. I've been living on this street for about 26 years and in Comac for 36 years. The high school abuts to this house. I am on the corner of Longbow and Coconut, and it doesn't abut to mine. But I can hear all of the loud noises. I can hear the football team practicing. I can hear the weekends, the soccer team, I can hear the yelling, I can hear the loud music that comes. My kids went to Comac High School, very happy they went there, it was a great education. And it didn't bother me, but now I can't understand how people would want to place a group home behind a high school where there's so much constant activity, including all-night activities when Relay for Life comes once a year. I have young neighbors, and I know they're concerned about the people who would be placed in this home. And I don't know that, I believe that everyone is entitled to a place to live. And I wish that anyone in this group home would be from our own community. I don't know whether they'll be mentally ill people. I don't know whether they'll be developmentally disabled. But I wonder how much supervision will there be? How much coming and going will there be on our block? We have high school students who park on our block every spring when juniors get their license. They park all the way down the block on both sides. And it gets to be very difficult to go up and down this block. This is something that I brought to the attention of the Smithtown town a few years ago, but the case never went anywhere because they said it resolves itself as the year goes on. But there's still a lot of traffic, and there have almost been many accidents that have occurred on the corner of Crossbow and Coconut Drive. These additional people will have more traffic. As far as the house itself is concerned, I've read about Free. I have read that they do a good job in refurbishing homes, and I'm sure it'll look a lot better than it ever has before, but I still have expressed all these concerns about the placement behind the high school.
Thank you.
Pauline Varghese.
Hi, my name is Pauline Varghese. I reside at 25 Coconut Drive, which is right across from the residence. I actually didn't prepare a statement. I had more so a list of questions, so I suppose that would be addressed later. But I do live there with my 2 children. I had many questions that were not addressed in the letter sent. And additionally, the contact on the letter was Linda Bruno of the Free organization. And when I did call to speak with her, she said she's actually not assigned to that project and had little to no information. So it was a little bit disappointing, I guess, to get the letter sent and then not really have a contact to get information from. My concerns more so in relating to what was already addressed, but also the increase of traffic, how much staff, the staff turnover, the shifts, the parking that's going to be affected, was more so the use of the home. So it is listed as developmental disabilities, but the Free organization, according to their website, does service many other individuals, teens aging out of foster care, mental health issues. So my curiosity is what type of jurisdiction does the town have over the use of the home? So if it starts out as developmental disabilities, in 5 years, can the house be expanded, to have 8 people with mental health issues? Or I get what type of jurisdiction is my main issue.
Okay, well, we'll be able to answer those at the close of the meeting. We'll stay around and we'll try to answer all your questions.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't know if we have one more. Barbara, we have one more? Gina Ocello.
Good evening. I'm Gina Ocello. I live at 15 Coconut Drive in Comac, New York as well. I just wanted to reiterate a few things. I am a teacher as well. I don't have anything planned, but I do believe that everybody should have a home. I'm speaking on the other side. I work with autistic children. The noise level scares me. I'm on the other side of the street, and I hear everything. When Relay for Life is on, we can't sleep. We deal with it. When the horns blow off, my dog hides. I can't see an autistic person or a person who has sensory issues dealing with the noise level that comes from the high school. I willingly moved there, and I deal with that. My daughter is a junior, and I have no complaints about where we live and why we're located there. Barbara's right about the traffic. I do drive my daughter to school every day because there are too many cars on the corner that the buses can't even drive by. So she's a natural walker. She's not the only one. There's at least juniors, 7 in that little location that have to walk to school every day. So I'm concerned about the traffic. I'm concerned about the disabilities of the people. I'm concerned that is it a quality of life for them? The letter, I read the paragraph over and over again about community. We are a small little community, but how are they going to get to this, the Smithtown train station? That's what they listed. How are they going to get to Target, which is 4 miles away? To get to a bus, it's at least a mile, maybe 3 miles to Jericho Turnpike or to Larkfield, all that area. It's really not conducive if you want them to be in a community. So I'm speaking on the other side of the people living there. They will be isolated. They will not have a way to get around. They will not have anything other than the group of people who are there during the day. The high school is a beautiful, exciting place, but I'm not sure if that's what they need. So that's all I wanted to say.
Okay, thank you. That's all? Okay, so I would ask the folks from the agency, if you could come up here in this section over here, please. And then we'll have our town attorney, we'll stay on this side. Questions that you wanted to address, many of the questions that you've asked, really, I would propose those questions to the agency and let them give you the answers. And then we'll remain over here, myself, the town attorney, and some of the board members to try and address your
Would you like
concerns.
us to speak at the mic, or?
No, no, no. We're going to close the meeting out. Just, we're going to close it, but just stay up in this area. Thank you. Okay, I move to close the meeting.
Second.
Supervisor Warehouse?
Yes.
Councilman McCarthy?
Yes.
Councilwoman Norwood?
Yes.
Councilwoman Mazzarella?
Yes.
Councilman Loman?
Yes. Thank you.